Ah, yes, this trash is not irritating at all.
Dude, the only reason I didn't get one shot like Nick is because I procced cheat death.
We have 3 hunters. Does why flare?
I was like I was running way ahead of the pack. I like ran down the stairs and all of a sudden I procced cheat death. I was like, what the fuck?
Can't do this
All right.
boss yet.
Alright, what?
Did we?
We need to go do
talk to
King
somebody?
Salvation.
I did try talking to what's his face, and he didn't have anything to say. So maybe we go across the landing.
Hooray. And good news for us, Shock already has those pants, so it's too lazy.
This way.
So, what is this guy all about?
Which guy?
Next boss.
I don't know.
You dance?
You don't want me to answer that question.
You dance?
Okay.
No, we're not dancing yet.
Thank
Not
you.
dancing yet?
Nah.
You can dance if you want to. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
This mirror should prove useful for helping you move throughout the castle, mortals.
This mirror?
That's not a mirror, sir.
Renathal, are you okay?
He means the ones to the right, just ahead of guarded by the trash. This looks bad.
Get in, get in, get in, get in.
There's a path that I just distracted, by the way. Just be careful about that.
I was halfway through casting Halo when I saw that group.
Oof.
You'd think that's a lesson I'd only need to learn once, but no.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a reason why I take the other talent.
I just don't like the other one. Halo's great when everyone's hurt.
This map is
Convenient
horrible.
mirror there, bro.
Benediction is just so much more useful in my opinion.
Is this taking us back?
No,
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, so this is for when we will
This
start
is our
landing now.
shortcut. Okay.
Everyone's back in the blood
But
mirror.
we opened it.
If we come into this room before we do Zymox, can we unlock it at that
Oh,
point?
yeah.
Upstairs, right? Down.
Upstairs.
That's a good idea, because that run back isn't fun.
Yeah, I'm wondering if perhaps that helps prevent the Zymox run back. We just never went in there.
Yep.
We prefer the hard way.
Gotta get warmed up
Those
before
blood
the next
orb
wipe.
look ominous.
Is it the blood?
They don't seem to do anything.
Question is, do you need to touch them or not touch them? It's unclear.
Yep, there's the ominous part.
Yeah, don't stand between them, I guess.
There's fresh ones.
Someone back here?
Souls in this chamber. He fuels their darkest instincts, forging them into weapons to turn upon his enemies.
The fuck is this?
Once I break these bonds, you will be the
first to burn.
Awkward.
What have we walked in on?
No king shaming.
Serve us well.
This is what I expect to find in Revendreth.
Come, let us
Yeah.
deprive to Nathria.
Yeah, but why is it taking this long to get here?
The safe
Anyone
word is
else?
Malfurion.
I like all the dudes frozen in crystal tanks.
See, the problem is for me, is it's called Pride's Prison. Where's Garrosh?
He's in one of the videos. He's here somewhere.
Mythic to Nathria is confirmed. Oh, that's just what people were guessing.
Yeah, he's in the pre-expansion video for the zone.
I'm really excited to deal with him again.
I'm disappointed. I want redemption.
I want redemption for everybody but him.
You in the did nothing wrong camp?
Kael'thas?
Garrosh.
Yes, I request attack power.
Oh, no. Garrosh can fly a kite in a dumpster fire somewhere.
Oh, so you've read the Mythic strat.
She's also
redemption
played
for
Breath of the Wild
Sylvanas.
by the sounds of it.
Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blind lust pole because I don't know what to do.
Sounds
We
fine.
get some grips on
Crimson
the dude.
Flurry.
There's dudes.
I first read it as Crimson Furry, but I assume that was wrong.
Ooh.
Same thing.
No king shaming.
Gotta love those Crimson Furries.
Where we find out that wasn't the fight.
Alright, good job, guys. Fight's on.
This is very much the fight.
No, he'll kill us.
Timers.
Yo, he's healable.
Oh?
Another interruption
Yes.
from the castle guard. Dispose of them.
Hey, someone want to put some canisters?
I can't.
It doesn't let
I'm
me.
assuming they're all... I'm assuming they're positioned inappropriately and we're gonna be sad. Is this the part where we, holy shock lay on hands?
Hey, there's Essence Fawns.
But what do they do?
Things. Good things. Holy shit, I am coming up on it.
Doing as much healing on them as I can.
Same.
Yup.
So, do we click on these things?
What things?
The essence fonts. Like, what are these?
The lamps.
Yeah. Is there a certain
I
time
love
you want to heal
lamp.
him, or just all the time?
If DPS should be getting to like 5 stacks from the soul
Can you get some
pill.
range interrupts?
There's an angry dude up there.
Hang in there, Kale.
So the Essence font made it so I didn't get attacked with Crimson Flurry.
Oh
And then it
god.
disappeared, the Essence font.
You douche canoe, we're trying to free you. Don't attack us.
That's not quite what they're for.
Well, maybe I just doomed us all.
Maybe.
Where are the legendary weapons?
Okay. Are you
So,
not
let me get this
entertained?
straight. Are we being attacked by the shade of Kael'thas's shade?
That's
Like, is that what
really
I'm
meta.
seeing here?
Shadeception. Oh my god, there's phoenixes again. Oh lordy. Should probably try
Yeah, that
killing
fire on
one
the
of
ground
those.
is no joke.
This feels like Rookmar beats Kael'thas.
Because those phoenixes probably turn into eggs.
Those phoenixes do res. If you
And
kill
will
them.
res, yep. And then
Beats
you have
Ashes
to
of
DPS.
Valar.
And then you DPS the eggs down. I'm actually very appreciative of this fight now.
Things really heated up towards the end there.
Yup.
Run, rogue man, run!
I can't believe you survived that.
I mean, if you don't survive wipes as a rogue, are you really even a rogue?
That's bad news
Pretty
for
much.
someone.
Real bad news.
I mean,
This boss fight is chaos. Now, forgive me. And yeah, it's like, it's not like Final Fantasy 14 early raids chaos, but it's still pretty chaotic. Now, forgive me if I like mix up some stuff with the heroic version, because we did just finish clearing the heroic version. I guess that was a couple weeks ago too. Wow. But this footage is still from December. I'm getting caught up. I swear we're doing this. I'm trying to get through all of it right now. But you might have been confused if you were half paying attention to this video, because you probably thought we were still clearing trash, but no, all of those ads were during the boss fight. In this one, Kael'thas, which is it Kael'thas or Kael'thalas? I believe he was a boss from Burning Crusade, which is back when I was raiding, so it's like, oh, there's that guy, because this is the expansion about dead things being back and all that. He is up on an altar, and the boss fight is actually about healing him from 10% health all the way up to 100% health, which takes a while. So it's a weird system where everyone can spam heals on him and heal him directly like he's a party member if they have healing abilities. So a lot of the hybrid characters and off tanks and other people that just have like things to spend are like throwing heals at him here and there, which is strange. I don't have anything to contribute there because I'm a rogue. But there's also 4 altars around him, and if you right click on those, you can channel into him and you'll heal him directly. But you'll get a stacking debuff on yourself, or a stacking dot, and the higher that gets, the faster you're taking damage from it continuously after you let go. And so we kind of hit an equilibrium point of like let's all stop around 4 stacks of that debuff. So if you get a chance to do the channeling, you do it until that red number in the corner goes up to 4, and then you stop and then let somebody else do it, and that's like the most healing you can do before it becomes too much of a burden on the healers, the damage you're going to be taking as a result. But 4 people can channel at once. You can't do 2 people on the same altar because it'll interrupt them, and then they'll still have to deal with like the negative effects of having done it, but then they won't have actually gotten to heal properly because you'll cut them off. So you have to wait for people to stop but then take their place. And there's kind of a interesting dynamic of figuring out, like, do I help DPS the ads and deal with all the different enemies that we're dealing with right now, or do I help heal the boss by taking a break and going over there? And there's an incentive to go as fast as possible, because if you can get the guy healed enough, he changes phases. In particular, it turns into a more traditional boss fight twice during this thing. Once when he's about half healed, and once when he's almost completely healed. And so if you can hit those thresholds quickly, I think it's like 45 and 90% or something like that, then you can transition to the boss fight part more quickly. But all of those waves of enemies are spawning on a timer, and so if you mess up the timing, you can have the transition to the boss fight happen right when an additional wave of enemies is spawning, and then you have to freak out and get them all down. A particularly burdensome one is the giant gargoyle guy, just because he's much harder to kill. And so it's like you have an ideal situation if you can happen to trigger the boss fight part without having him around, because then you can just focus on him. But the ads are mostly just ads. You just fight a bunch of dudes. There's that one floating guy with a hood in the first wave, and he like targets people with an AoE, so they have to run out of the group or they'll nuke everybody. But you mostly just fight all the dudes, and then you fight the boss. The boss fight part, the Shade of Kael'thas, is significantly more complicated and more of a thing to deal with, and this is a big like tank dance and so on. So he gets tanked, and he moves around with that, and that's all fine. But he occasionally casts a massive cone, so the tank has to specifically point him away from the enemy team, away from our guys, so that we don't all get hit by the giant cone. But meanwhile, he also casts this Ember Blast, which is somebody gets a circle around them, and they're going to get hit by this huge damage. And so everybody has to soak that damage by standing in the circle, because if everyone stands together, the damage splits between all those people. If it hits one person, they will die. If it hits a huge mob of people, then everyone takes like pretty minimal damage, and it's like not a big deal to heal. But on top of that, that circle leaves a lava pile there. So on top of everyone getting together to soak the damage and split it between themselves, they also have to get the fuck out of it immediately, because they take massive damage per second every moment that they're in the fire, and that fire sticks around. So you have to really nail it. Like, you're trying to minimize damage by all splitting the damage together, but you also want to get the hell out of the circle immediately, because otherwise you'll take so much damage that it really defeated the purpose of trying to nullify it in the first place. If somebody has the ability to completely nullify damage, and they have fast enough reaction times, they can use like a movement skill to run out of the group and go up to like a wall somewhere, and then just like make themselves invulnerable for that moment that it strikes, and then they spare the entire raid the damage. And the lasting fire pool, because the fire pool stays there. That's a little negligible though, because, well, no, it's not, because I think that one spreads. I think that fire pool also grows, so you need to get the hell away from it. But on top of that, there's these phoenixes, and they have these beams connecting them to specific players, and they're chasing them continuously. So people are trying to use crowd control to slow them down, to keep them away, because not only are they dangerous because of just, it's an ad or whatever, they continuously drop lava below themselves, and so the not only it's like wherever they are, it becomes uninhabitable because there's lava under them, and they're chasing a player, so the entire path to that player becomes uninhabitable, and because it's just a continuous streak of lava there, so it starts to look like a Mario Sunshine level where there's just an endless amount of goop everywhere, but it's significantly more lethal than Mario goop. And so this becomes a DPS race, and a tank dancing thing, because the tank has to control this boss so he doesn't wipe the raid, and everybody else has to get this boss down as fast as possible, because the longer this phase lasts, the more level just gets covered in lava, and the more complicated it gets of like where you're able to stand and where it's even safe to be. And it's kind of an improvisational thing where there's just enough chaos elements to it that you kind of have to just react on the fly to everything. And so a lot of it involves just all standing together, both because there's only so many places to be, and because you have to stay out of Kael'thas's cone, and you have to control where the phoenixes are going, but you also want to all soak the fire blast together. But I think the mini boss part each time is about 10% of Kael'thas's health bar. So you when you finish defeating him, he kind of like explodes back into the boss, and then you just fight another wave of ads. So it happens twice. There's 2 waves of fighting a bunch of dudes, and well, not waves, there's a lot of waves of fighting a bunch of dudes, but there's 2 phases of fighting a bunch of dudes and 2 phases of fighting the boss. And when you fight him the second time, the battle ends. Now, I think in both difficulties so far, the second version of the ads is harder. I think more stuff starts showing up, like I think assassins start showing up, which is you get a debuff that's showing that you're about to be attacked. You have to run out of the group, and then when you get attacked, on top of getting hit, which you just want to be out of the group so that they don't also get hit, you also have a new ad that's attacking you. But also there's these guys that spawn on the far sides of the map and run to those spots that you could siphon health into Kael'thas with, and they siphon health back out of him, so you have to crowd control them and defeat them before they reach those, or you'll make negative progress, making the second wave, the second phase of fighting ads just take way longer. But we got it down. It was definitely, it was very intimidating, but the much more intimidating fight is coming soon.
Alright, we got Phoenix on us, we need to move. And fire.
Tank one. I'm at 3.
You guys need to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Here comes the surge. Get ready to side it.
Phoenixes are back.
This is messy.
Yeah, a lot of people are taking a lot more damage. What's up with that?
I had us push back.
Get the phoenixes out so that they don't drop puddles on us, please.
Yeah, don't drop them. Don't.
I slowed them. We're good. We're good.
I stacked for that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Big.
Okay, we're doing something incorrectly.
There were only 3 people in that soak. You, me, and Buena.
Yeah, I was a little too far ahead of the raid. I got in a group, but I thought there would be more. Group.
I don't think Jagor was here for the explanation of last attempt.
I was here, but I'm falling asleep.
Here, let me help you by describing the fight more.
I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I'm so sorry.
I'm confused how we freeballed this mechanic, and now that we know what it does, we're fucking dying.
Because the first time people died solo with the soak and it didn't hit anybody else. So 3 people died while everybody else was fine. Now that we're doing the mechanic right, we just need to figure out how to get out of the circle afterwards.
So you're saying it was a DPS increase the first time?
Yes.
Yes. Especially if the paladins weren't the ones dying.
I think Jagor is asleep for this fight.
2, 1.
Guardian Spirit on him. I screwed up big time. Guardian Spirit off.
Mine's up. Down.
There's a font over here.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
We have a font to heal.
Transitioning.
It's healed.
Get the skull. All ranged on skull.
Ring of Peace, thank you. Slows. Everyone's on this vanquisher.
What? Or not. I just blocked that off.
Get her up. Need to move.
Tony.
Knock back. Anything for these?
Range stack on skull. Much better. Yeah, this is my positioning.
Tunning.
Last in 3.
Hunting.
Personals and stuff.
More towards the wall.
Singing.
Okay, good. That was proper.
Range could do even slightly better stacking on skull.
You first, Buena?
Oh, and oh, mine's on cooldown. Go ahead with yours.
Mine's up.
Another interruption from the castle guard. Dispose of them.
It's coming in. I'll get the one closest to the stairs.
I'm down.
the infusers?
Guardian Spirit.
Everybody on infusers.
Which side?
Green. Side, whatever.
Somebody broke purple side.
The infuser's dead.
Do not allow them to interfere.
We need to wait for 3 stacks, I think.
Okay.
Go ahead and take them. I have 4.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure
Assassins.
are swift.
Lost.
I'll take the at first.
He's about to push.
Are your stinks section?
Kill this vanquisher.
Yeah, my stacks rough.
Cast Salvation just before the first thing drops on us.
I got
Shades
Shade.
coming in.
Range stack skull.
Kill the first
Or
set of
cultist adds free casting.
Casting Salvation.
Three stacks. I'll take him
You
at
guys
third.
count?
Oh, I'm out of mana. Casting Hope. Oh, damn it.
Don't die by now.
Yeah. Well. What did I play?
Press some. Oh, we get a chance.
I'm dead as well.
Interrupt the accused cultist, please.
Point it out.
Am I supposed to?
I somehow lost my
Personals,
hand.
pots, healthstone.
Yes, whatever you got, use.
Get a Typhoon on the Phoenixes.
Singing. I think this is it though?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's intense, but we just have to manage the fire correctly.
I don't know what happens here, so I'm leaving Discord for a sec.
Gotta say we should probably wait until after we take care of the cultist before we face that.
Well, she had done the thing where, like, she was talking and they hadn't spawned. They spawned in after he already had.
So, I'm thinking the play is if we push it like that again, instead of running straight over to yellow, we run over to moon and try and replicate the same sort of movement.
Same strategy, different starting spot.
Yeah, and then we'll just be on.
Because we'll be where they are.
Yeah, and we'll just die.
Blowing Lust early was definitely the way to go, though. It got it all cleaned up in time.
Oh yeah.